Hi, I'm Rich Wyatt. Welcome to Gunsmoke Guns TV.com.
So Bob, we got some bayonets here.
Well, I guess, Rich, you got a nice selection of bayonets and native knives, it looks like.
Yeah, and as you know, I don't know anything about bayonets to speak of.
Well, they're sharp on one side and they have a point, or you're thinking something other than that. Yeah,
how pointy are they?
That's pretty pointy. This is a pretty cool bayonet.
Yeah.
You know, the clue to this one is the hanger.
Sure.
Because the early Springfield 1903s had the same hanger.
Right.
But this is not one of those. This is actually a Krag bayonet for the model 1898 Krag. And one way to tell, see the space between the top of the hilt and the ring?
Yep.
It's much higher because there was more space.
More gap.
Between the bayonet lug and the barrel on the Krag. This is definitely a Krag bayonet. Really in pretty good shape. It's been buffed pretty hard. The U.S. is clear, but the model, the manufacture date is gone. It's, I think, maybe 1899, but it's hard to tell. Nice bayonet.
Tell me about this, if you know, and it's stamped, it looks like A15 into the wood.
Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. I hadn't noticed that.
Is that like a rack number?
It's a rack number.
Yeah.
And somewhere in the world there's probably a rifle with
A15.
white lettering or a stamp in it, A15, and it's probably Company A and the 15th Rifle of Company A, because that's how they numbered the racks. And the racks, you'll find these, and sometimes they'll be crossed off in another, because the guns were transferred to another unit or whatever.
Lost a bayonet.
Right.
Added a new one.
So yeah, kind of a neat bayonet. All the Krag stuff, which used to be so common 20, 30 years ago in the good old days, isn't anymore. Right. So somebody who's got a Krag out there in the world and they need a Krag bayonet, this is a pretty nice one. It's been sharpened. It's not pristine, but it's not bad.
And you think that was worth about $150?
Yeah, what, maybe even $200 on a good day. It's one of those kind of things, if somebody needs it, they're going to pay more for it. It should sell pretty quick for $150.
Okay. And what about this one?
Oh, that's a cool bayonet. It's called a Yatagan or Yatagan bayonet. And actually, this is the same bayonet that they used for the Remington Zouave during the Civil War, the Remington model 1863, which was nicknamed the Zouave. And this is basically the same bayonet. Now, we've tried this on a replica Zouave, and it doesn't fit, which tells me that it's probably made for one of the French, either rolling blocks or one of the other French guns that were made about that 1860 time frame. Pretty cool bayonet. These were issued to be used both as a bayonet and as a sword.
It's
long enough.
And it's got a weird curve.
Well, that's the Yatagan part of it.
Spell that Yatagan.
Yataghan, I believe. Yatagan, or Yatagan.
And you're saying that's French?
Yes, it's a French bayonet, and I know that because it says it has French. Yeah, it has the French. This is Saint Etienne, French, and it's dated 1874. So that's the bayonet, but it's basically the same bayonet that was used in the U.S. troops with the Remington Zouave.
And is that serial number to the scabbard and the thing the same?
You know, let's see, 152. You know what? It is actually. That's very rare.
Awesome.
The serial number on the scabbard is the same as the serial number on the bayonet hilt itself, which is rare because they got thrown in a box and tossed away.
So what do you think that's worth?
You know, probably $150.
Okay.
And only because of its condition. You know, to $100 to $150 because it is French. And
so we should discount it because it's French?
Yeah, I would. It'd probably be unfriendly.
That's right. And you know, but you do get a free bag of fries with it.
That's true. That's true.
All right, so what other ones down there do you think are
You know,
cool?
there's a couple really cool ones. These are basically French bayonets for the Lebel. There's a couple of those, figure maybe $50 on each of those. There's like 3 of them, and they're all pretty much the same. Lebel and Berthier bayonets.
What year?
Late 1800s, early 1900s, World War I for the Lebels.
And you think all 3 of those are at about $50?
Yeah, 50, $75 in that price range somewhere. Now this is a cool bayonet. If this were a German bayonet, it would be worth a lot more. Sadly, this one's a Swiss bayonet, made in Neuhausen, where SIG is located. But this is called a sawback. And during World War I, the Germans had a very similar bayonet that the Allies complained to The Hague, which was the UN of that day, because it was supposed to be such a terrible weapon. Well, it was never meant to be a weapon. It was a tool. They issued these to engineers and sappers, and they used them to cut wood for trenches and stuff.
And they thought it was too brutal of a way to kill somebody.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I can't think of, the knife itself without the sawback's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to notice.
But the Germans then complained to the Hague about the U.S. using shotguns.
Yeah.
The trench gun, the Model 97, Model 12 trench gun. And so everybody had a chance to complain. This one was made in Neuhausen, as I say, where the SIG factory is located today. It's a very nice bayonet, probably worth a couple, $300. If this were a German bayonet, probably worth another $200 on top of that.
And what does that fit on?
This would fit on the Swiss, probably
Schmidt-Reuben?
the Schmidt-Reuben,
Yeah.
or the one, the Schmidt-Reuben would probably work for that. But it is a cool bayonet.
And what time period do you think that is?
Late 1800s, early 1900s, similar. This is a very nice US 4570 model 1873 trapdoor. It's got almost all the blue on it. It's in really good condition. It's well marked US like they were.
That really is a good one.
It's a nice one. It's too bad it doesn't have a scabbard. It's nice to go with it.
Yeah.
You can find scabbards. Actually, they make reproduction scabbards. And this is a 4570, basically the exact same bayonet that they used on the rifle musket up until the time they went to the breech loading in 1873. But the barrel diameter is much smaller.
Right.
So this would not fit. It would fit on the 4570.
So that's an 1873?
1873 bayonet, yes. The lock ring is good, the bluing's good. Probably somewhere in 150 would be my guess.
200?
You know what? Somebody has a really nice trapdoor and they need one. You've got a really nice trapdoor back there.
I do.
And this bayonet would look good on that. So
It would, but I think that's, certainly it would sell for $1.50, but I think it's just worth 200 because you don't see, a lot of them you see are patinaed,
Well,
and this has some.
you've got one back there hanging on the rack that's very badly bent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can see it right there hanging on
Yeah.
the rack, and the trapdoor it's on is okay. It's just not. That's a much better bayonet than that.
Okay.
This is a cool bayonet here. It's basically the skeleton. This is a model 1942 bayonet. It's actually was made from one of the 1905 bayonets because you can see where the blade's been cut down.
Oh, right.
See the blood groove
Yeah.
continues clear to the point.
Yeah, should have done that.
And
yeah.
it shouldn't do that. It should stop right about there.
And so what did that fit on?
That fit on the 03 Springfield, or originally the 03 Springfield, and then later on they used these on the M1. And interesting, you know why? One of the reasons they cut the bayonet down from the 16 inches that was for the 1905.
I don't.
Well, one of the reasons is in 1903, when this bayonet was first designed, they didn't have a lot of trucks. In 1942, they had trucks, and guys were jumping out of the trucks and stabbing themselves under the arm. Even with a scabbarded bayonet, that would hurt like the devil.
Oh, yeah.
And without the scabbard on it, it could be deadly,
Deadly.
actually. So that's one of the reasons. Plus, it was very unwieldy to bayonet fight.
That
with a
would
bayonet
have
that
wood
long.
handles, right?
Oh yeah, wood handles on this one. Actually, plastic handles on this
Plastic?
model. Yeah, plastic handles on this one.
So I wonder if that had been in a fire or anything because they're kind of gone.
You know what? It's
you'd
very
see
possible. It doesn't look like it's been burned. I think probably they were scavenged from another bayonet that was better.
Well, cool, Bob. Thanks for coming over.
Hey, my pleasure,
And
Rich.
talking
Nice
bayonets
stuff.
with me because I don't know enough about them.
Nice stuff. Yeah, those French bayonets, all three of those are for this Lebel or Berthier. They're all the same. So, cool.